In this video, ladies and gentlemen, is different from the ones I usually make. Today I want to talk about a game many you know, Age of Titan. I want to tell you who, in my opinion, went from being the amazing game to become something completely different, filled with toxicity and people who make the experience much worse. Before we begin, I want to make something clear. I hope that none of the YouTubers I mention in this video come here to insult me in the comments or on Discord, because I'm not making this video to make fun of anyone. And for those who are going to write things like "That's not true, Age of Titan is the best game ever," or similar comments, well, I simply delete them. So, Age of Titan community, I honestly don't care if you start insulting me on the Age of Titan Discord server. I don't haven't go there anymore, and you decide to make fun of me in private message. I can assure you that I'll close the chat immediately. Anyway, I think that's enough talking. Let's begin. Let's go back to the year 2024. Age of Titan was even called Age of Titan, yet it was called Kaiju Sigma. Back then it was an RP and PvP game with 3 kaijus: Godzilla Evolved, Scar King, and Godzillasaurus from the Godzilla -1. During the period, Kaiju Sigma went through many changes. The RP mod was eventually removed, along with some kaiju, leaving on the PvP experience. After several months without major updates, between September and December, the game changed its name and becomes what we now know as Age of Titan. At that point, there were many 2 kaijus: the original Godzilla Evolved and Dragon, a new kaiju created by the developers. Of course, toxicity started appearing, but it was that with the spread yet. Most players were probably still playing kaiju recent, and now I'm not completely sure. Later on, more kaiju were added. Godzillasaurus returned, eventually become paid for a while before become free again. Then came Shimu, Scar King, and Kong, who, if I remember correctly, was original locked in a play well. To put it simply, this was what I consider the golden age of Titan. The original Godzilla Evolved was incredibly powerful. If you had good movement skill and a decent computer, you could defeat almost anyone. And yes, I mentioned before, toxicity already existed, but I was nowhere near as bad as it is today. As far as I remember, Age of Titan remained in this state with a sample map and a relatively calm community until the end of 2025. Then, near the end of 2095, everything started to change. Near the end of 2025, Age of Titan suddenly changed its entire map and turned it into a Christmas theme in every moment. Well, it's what Christmas after all. Around the same time, several new kaiju were added: Dragon version 2, Godzilla 2001, Dragon 2001, And finally Giga 1972, a kaiju many players remember for having abilities that cloud spammed constantly. But well, most of the color kaiju remained the same except for Godzillasaurus, who was raised to match his actual size from the movie. This was also the point where toxicity started going much faster. Kaiju reset and shut down, and many of players moved into Age of Titan. Personally, I started disconnecting my first from the game Discord server because I already had a feeling that things were going to get worse. And unfortunately, one time it was proven right. The community began aggressive, arguments become more calm, and the friendly atmosphere that once made the game enjoyable slowly disappeared. What was once a fun place to enjoy battle with your favorite kaiju was becoming something completely different, and this was only the beginning. At the beginning of 2026, around March, Age of Titan changed once again. As time passed, some kaiju became free again, including Kong and Godzillasaurus. At the same time, new kaiju were added, such as Titanosaurus and Godzilla 2014. However, the community wanted once kaiju more than a new door. Godzilla 2019. Every time players show the game creator Lemon, they go completely crazy, almost a infamous professional sport team that just arrived. Honestly, to me, it started looking like stalking. The situation continued for quite a while until Godzilla 290 was finally released. Strangely, Tommy Brad didn't deal much damage, but whatever. During this period, Godzilla 2024 was temporarily removed so the devil's claw improved his approach and overall quality. The map was changed multi-times afterward. Godzilla 2024 eventually returned, looking much better than before, and the game slowly evolved into the version we know today. The last mentioned at this were Godzilla 2004 and Monster X. And in my opinion, this was the moment when the situation truly become embroiled. Nowadays, is almost every server, except maybe the near empty also the bottom of the server list, you will always find groups of toxic players ready to destroy you the moment you join. And yes, I genuinely believe the Age of Titan has become one of the most toxic communities I haven't seen, more toxic than the Kaiju Reset, more toxic than Kaiju Multiverse. That's why I finally told myself, enough is enough. I won't be returning at the regular time for a long time. Not today, when I have free time. I prefer playing Dragon Ball Soul, a game that I personally enjoy much more. And honestly, I think it does that for the best. Sure, I still return of Age of Titan once a while, but whenever I join a server, the same things usually happen. Before people make fun because you are not skilled enough. They tell you to leave. They'll tell you then you too old of the game and your time to retreat. Yes, I'm sure. Some players throw insult around for the most ridiculous rounds and keep repeating go touch grass, bro. Personally, I think those insult and incredibly stupid and many clicks. Right, now I'm watching for the next mission update that everyone keeps talking about. From what I've read, many of the kaiju when I had for a long time is worth moving permanently to make room for Godzilla to sound. There will also be a new upgrade system similar to the one from Kaiju Multiverse, and their main event feature is inspired by Godzilla PS4. I truly hope this update made improve things. I know the Toxic probably won't display it completely, but maybe I can't at least be renewed. Who knows? At least there are some people who show that this problem exists. Such as Kaijuzilla 193, a great YouTuber, and I hope you get Wilson and others. Well, everyone, that's all for today. Thank you for listening my talks and experience with the Age of Titan. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and share your opinion in the comments. I see you in the next video. Goodbye everyone.